Okay, Michael, we good to go? Excellent. Parents, teachers, staff, distinguished guests, siblings, uncles, aunts, grandparents, extended families, and of course, our graduates. Whether you're watching this live and in person, or via the live stream on a screen, either at home or somewhere else in the world, welcome to the ISL Class of 2021 Graduation Ceremony. My name is Ian Fish and I'm the Upper School Principal. I will be your Master of Ceremonies today. I think you'll agree that the team have done a pretty good job in making the Lower School auditorium seem pretty glamorous. Perhaps you'd like to keep it this way, Miss Dowling. I love the red carpet, and I'm wondering if one day we could have one for the upper school too. You must have felt like proper celebrities as you arrived to the cheers and waves of your teachers this morning. And did you notice that we coordinated the sunshine? And what about these giant graduation caps? I hope they're securely fastened, Mr. Symes. Now, before I begin, I need to do the GDPR thing. By participating in this event, you acknowledge that photographs and videos will be taken by the International School of Luxembourg and that these may be placed on our website, social media channels, online photo album, and in printed materials for an educational communication or other purpose. Please note that images will be processed in accordance with our privacy notice, which is published on our website. You're entitled at any time to request the deletion of these images where you appear by emailing the details to the ISL Data Protection Officer. The event will also be live streamed via YouTube by the International School of Luxembourg. The taking of photographs and videos by members of the audience during the event is permitted for personal use only. Such images must not be shared publicly via any means, including social media, unless permission has been obtained from all people in the images, and in the case of students under the age of 18, from the parents on their behalf. Please note that failure to comply with this requirement may render you personally liable under applicable data protection legislation. Goodness, that's a mouthful. Right, back to the programme. My first honour is to welcome our director, Mrs. Nikki Crush, to the stage to make the opening speech. This is a very, very special occasion for Mrs. Crush, as it will be her final ISL graduation as she retires this year. Mrs. Crush started at ISL as an English and social science teacher way back in 1995, meaning that she has been at ISL for longer than you, our graduates, have been alive. Makes you think, doesn't it? This means that she has many, many years of experience and wisdom to pass on to you. So listen well, Mrs. Crush.
See, when you get to my age, you need glasses, you need microphones, you need goodness knows what else. So be grateful. You don't need that yet. Welcome to everyone this morning, wherever you're joining us from, for the class of 2021's graduation. Life is about stories, and every single one of us has a story to tell. So this first chapter of your story comes to a close today, as you graduate from ISL and you go your separate ways. Your times in grades 11 and 12 have been extra challenging, I think, because it's been really tough with all the COVID restrictions and the precautions, which have just kept putting obstacles in your way. You've missed out on so many of the usual opportunities, like taking the lead role in sports events, live band concerts, musicals, theatre performances. But actually, as a class, you've managed to have really a great number of successes. You've learned some hard lessons, and you've shown resilience as a group over those 2 very challenging years. You've made it over life's first hurdle. You're done with school. So give yourselves a round of applause. You're done. But how are you feeling? Are you pleased? Are you relieved? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you sad? Are you scared? Are you happy? Probably a little bit of all of those emotions. But guess what? You're not really done with school. Because all of a sudden, the whole world is your school or your place of learning. Because no one is ever really done with learning. You might feel like it now, after all the revision, the exams, the preparation, but you know what? Even if you never open another book again, which I really hope won't be the case, you're going to be learning every single day for the rest of your lives. And we've all got our own journey and our own story. I went to school, believe it or not, just like you did, for the first 18 years of my life. Then I packed my bags, I took the train off to university to study geography and French. And you know why I studied geography? Because I like traveling to different places, and I thought that's what geography was all about. And I wanted to find out more about how everything is so interconnected: politics, society, the economy, the environment. I never thought about what I was going to do afterwards. And hard as it may be to believe, I actually wanted to be a singer. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. But my parents encouraged me to get a proper job, to keep singing as a hobby. You need something to fall back on, dear, they said. I guess they were politely trying to tell me that doing something creative wasn't really a career. Or maybe they were trying to tell me I actually couldn't sing. Thank goodness that most people don't think like that anymore. But I ended up qualifying as a teacher, thinking, well, I'll do it for a couple of years to keep everybody happy, and then I'll go on to do something different and a bit more interesting. So I found my first job, and I actually found that I quite liked teaching, although it was a very steep learning curve, and it was really hard work. But what I did realize was how important teachers are, and how they actually shape tomorrow's workforce, and how, because of students, 2 days are never the same in a school. I've taught in 3 different countries, in 3 very, very different institutions. And then in 1991, like so many people, I moved to Luxembourg for a maximum of 5 years, and guess what? I'm still here. And actually, it's been a lot of fun, most of the time. And what have I learnt after 40 years of working? Because guess what? Like you, I'm on holiday forever from the 15th of July. I've learnt that people who are doers don't stand by and watch life go by. Even if they haven't found their passion yet, they don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. And believe you me, life goes very fast. I've learnt that you need to take opportunities when they come along, even if you're not sure on that day that you really want to, or that you think you're going to succeed, because often you don't get a second chance. So I would say to you all, challenge yourselves, be strong, be brave, and believe in yourself. But you do have to work quite hard if you want to do well. So I'd advise you, try and enjoy doing whatever it is you decide to do, because, to be honest, there's quite a lot of boring stuff to do when you work. And so you need to find something that you really enjoy, and it'll probably change over time, and that's okay. Satisfaction comes from the knowledge that you've done everything you possibly can to make something work as well. Don't be satisfied with mediocre. And I've also learnt that we all make mistakes, sometimes big ones. But what counts is what we learn from that mistake and how we deal with it. Athletes and musicians, and there are lots of those amongst you, keep practicing every day to improve. Scientists keep trying out new experiments to get the results they want. Chefs actually invent new recipes through disasters in the kitchen. And IT experts develop new apps and new codes. So we need to follow their example and keep on trying new things. But what I've also learned is don't stress over things that you can't control in your life. COVID's been one of them. And sometimes, you know what? You just have to move on. But that's not an excuse to give up too easily. We're much more resilient than we give ourselves credit for. And you, as a class, have really shown us that over the last year. We need to be willing and we need to be able to ask for advice and to ask for help, because everyone's got something to offer. So I'd say listen to others and you'll always learn. We're never going to know everything, and sharing ideas often gives you a better solution in the end. But on the other hand, don't believe everything you read on the internet or you hear from others. Be critical in your thinking and your decision-making. You need to listen to that inner voice that we all have. So if something doesn't feel quite right, then think again. Take time and reflect, because it might save you heartache in the future. I think what we do need to do, though, is to try and think of society as all of us together. We all need to be on the same side. There's no place for racism or homophobia or ethnic or religious hatred, because they come from a lack of understanding, a lack of concern, and a lack of connection with others who really seem a little different. We're all in it together. We're part of one planet, and we need to protect it through learning to understand everyone's different points of view and to value them. So support other people and think about the impact you have on others. One big lesson I have learnt over the years, that your true friends are very limited in number, and you often only really find out who they are in times of crisis. So be generous and be humble, and be honest to yourself, and be thankful. But above all, be kind. Be empathetic to others and be happy. We've all got so much to learn, and we shouldn't pretend that it's going to be easy. It won't be, and despite the restrictions you've had to live with in the last year, there are also so many opportunities awaiting you out there and exciting challenges to experience as you start to create the next page of your own individual stories. We are privileged because we have the freedom to actually make choices. But as Nelson Mandela once said, with freedom comes responsibility. So make the most of those opportunities. Take the initiative. Make a difference to the world, no matter how small it is, but take responsibility for your actions and stand up for what you believe in. A few years ago, I found a few lines which I still think apply in today's world, and I'm going to read them to you. People are unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Love them anyway. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Do good anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow, but do good anyway. Honesty and frankness make you vulnerable. Be frank and honest anyway. People favor underdogs, but will only follow top dogs. Fight for some of those underdogs anyway. People may help, and they may need help, but they may attack you if you help them. Help people anyway. What you spend your years building may be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough, but give the world the best you have anyway. This is a day of celebration and thanks. It's the 26th year that I've participated in graduation at ISL, and every single year I've been truly proud to see the class take leave of school. Each and every single one of you has a unique story to tell, so be proud of that story as you move on to the next chapter. Keep in touch with your friends and the school. We owe your families a very big thank you, as do you, and all of your teachers for the support they've given you so far in your life. So make sure you say thank you to them, all of them, and often. Class of 2021, I wish you all the very, very best of luck and every success in no matter what you do next. Good luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you for those inspiring words, Nikki. When you think back on your time at ISL, you must marvel at what you and the school have achieved. I wonder if you ever imagined, all those years ago, that you would end up as the director of this wonderful school. ISL is truly going to miss you. Now, to recognise your final graduation, I wanted to give you a small memento of all those speeches, graduations and farewells. So, I have you an ISL cap, and of course, always some flowers. Next, we have a video of our graduating class, which is sure to bring some smiles and very likely some tears. The good ones, I promise. Enjoy.
my dear, you'll be fine. It's oh so clear, you're not mine, and that my love is all I see. And don't say you're sorry about it all, and how you're so worried we'll let it fall. Don't let it break as they all did before. Baby, you'll come on now, open the door. And don't say you're sorry about it all, and how you're so worried we'll let it fall. Don't let it break as they all did before. Baby, you'll come on now, open the door.
When you move, there's a freedom from your hips up to your eyes. Patron saint of the season, yeah, you were built for mid-July. You got the glow of the sunset, you got the rush of the ocean waves, burning high like it's wanted. You make it feel like summer again, again. With your skin soft as ice cream, yeah, you melt under my touch. And with your kiss strong as lightning, you got me falling right back in love. You got the glow of the sunset, you got the rush of the ocean waves, you're burning high like it's wanted. You make it feel like summer again, again. You make it feel like summer again, again. And we both know that it's probably not gonna last forever. To September.
You guys were so cute. What happened? It doesn't matter how many times I watch these sentimental photo montages, they always bring a tear to my eye. Before I move on, may I say how much I approve of these graduation masks, which I see you sporting today. They look very smart. I'm pleased to say that this year's masks were purchased from Friendship Luxembourg. Friendship is an international social purpose organisation whose vision is that of a world where people, especially the hard to reach and unaddressed, have equal opportunities to live with dignity and with hope. From Bangladesh, a country facing the most pressing of humanity's challenges, Friendship develops scalable solutions to strengthen marginalized communities and empower people to transform their lives and reach their full potential. Friendship's programs span all across the creation of floating hospitals and access to healthcare for all, disaster relief, capacity building and economic development, climate resilience, education, inclusion and access to rights and cultural preservation. For each ISL class of 2021 graduation mask purchased this year, Friendship Luxembourg donated one mask to a vulnerable individual in Luxembourg, as well as to a vulnerable person in Bangladesh via the Friendship Network. The masks were handmade in Bangladesh, ensuring a fair salary to seamstresses whose sources of income have been dramatically reduced because of the global pandemic. I think you'll agree it's a very worthy cause. I hope you like them. Now, it's with great pleasure that I now call upon one of our rising stars, Ananya Jain, our student-elected speaker, to address the graduating class. Throughout her school years, Ananya has demonstrated the unique ability to seize out-of-school opportunities while remaining immensely engaged in a challenging academic program. Her involvement with MUN earned her the Best Delegate in Valencia and Outstanding Delegate in Budapest. Her commitment, investment in women's rights issues, and overall achievement earned her the prestigious Zonta Award. Other examples include winner at the Physics Olympiad, a silver award for the Merit Jeunesse, and she recently participated in the Young Women in Public Affairs program. Ananya is a competitive tennis player and member of the national ice dance team. A force for good, she's a person with a deep social conscience and a very strong sense of justice. She's kind, patient, empathetic, intelligent, honest, and a great example of integrity. Ananya.
Sorry. Good morning, class of 2021, and good morning to everyone watching this live stream today. It was hard for me to figure out what to say today because I know that my individual experience at ISL cannot reflect the experiences of each member of the class of 2021. Our grade is made up of strong individuals who plan to pursue a diverse variety of careers and paths. There's aspiring forensic scientists, Broadway actors, environmentalists, musicians, artists, lawyers, doctors, economists, and the list goes on. The class of 2021 is a really strong representation of the diversity that ISL inspires, and I think each of us have had unique successes and unique struggles that have shaped us into the people we are today. For some, the memories that will last the longest are those made on the football field, on the volleyball court, or on the track at Nices. For others, they will always remember the final dress rehearsal before a theater performance. Some of us may think back to MUN trips to Lisbon or Budapest. Or we may simply think back to lunchtime spent sitting on the bleachers on the football field, or running to Cactus at break even though we knew we wouldn't make it back in time for class, or study periods spent doing everything but studying. While there are many things we will miss, if I'm being honest, there's also a whole number of things we won't miss. Like getting yelled at by Mr. Keach for arriving at school at 8:26 instead of 8:25. Or waking up in cold sweat because your Turnitin plagiarism percentage was too high because some random kid in Indonesia used the same source as you in 2012. We probably won't miss staying up till 3 a.m. trying to cut our IA word counts down from 757 words to 750 words, or hearing the phrase "to what extent" over and over again in TOK, or being chased down by Miss Isbeck for not having our cast completed. But no matter the memory, big or small, good or bad, I think the one thing that we will all remember and we will all miss is the people that have put us on the path we are on today. We each have certain teachers who have inspired us to push ourselves, families that have supported us no matter what, and friends that have helped us be happy even during the most stressful parts of the IB. I think that as graduates, we're all living in two very different worlds right now. There's a world in which we're trying so hard to hold on to every moment here and now. As we begin our summer vacation, I think we're trying to make up for every moment that we've lost to studying over the past 2 years, to make the most of every night out with our friends, of every dinner with our families, and of every conversation with our favorite teachers. We're trying to catch up on sleep, but we're also trying to catch up on experiences, to make the most of graduation today and our senior trip, to make memories that will last us into university. This is the world that I think we're all a little afraid to let go of. And then there's a second world, the world in which we're already at university or in our gap years, the world that's filled with ambitions for the future. This world is bittersweet. There's going to be good parts, like decorating our dorm rooms and making new friends, and difficult parts, like being broke college students surviving on a student budget for the first time, finally realizing we need to separate our whites from our colored clothes in the laundry room, and missing 8 a.m. lectures because we're too hungover from the night before. On one hand, we're so excited to have freedom and independence to make our own decisions completely on our own. On the other, we have no idea what's waiting for us. It's the world that scares us a little bit, but we're looking forward to it so much as well. And to our parents and siblings, I think I can speak on behalf of all of us that although we joke about leaving to university, and we joke about how empty your lives will be without us constantly there, without the dinner table conversations, we know deep down that we're probably gonna miss you more than you'll miss us. I honestly can't believe we've made it here today after the unexpected year that we've had. This year was unlike any other, with 2-week quarantines and COVID tests becoming a part of our day-to-day lives. But the support that we've received has been completely unexpected as well, and we're so grateful for that. So thank you to all the teachers and support staff that have believed in us more than we've believed in ourselves, to the upper school leadership team for making it all happen, to the university counselors that have read over our personal statements hundreds of times, to the CAS and IB coordinators, the parents' committees for all the perfectly timed senior surprises, and everyone that's helped us throughout our time here at ISL. And lastly, I'd just like to say congratulations to the class of 2021. We finally made it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ananya. I love your focus on drawing strength from diversity. I know that you have a very bright future. I should also comment that Mr. Keach mentioned just now that he was very impressed that you all arrived on time today and with your attendance. Well done. Next up, we have our musical performance. I don't think they have a name yet, a band name yet, but perhaps by the end of the performance, we'll have some suggestions. So if I could ask Maya, Etienne, and Lang Chi to come to the stage, please. Now, they did have a rehearsal yesterday, so I think they're pretty much good to go. Performing for you today, we have Maya Libby on guitar and vocals, Etienne Leroy on drums, and Lang Chi on keyboards. They'll be performing an arrangement of Home by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, thanks to Rough Trade Records. Over to you guys, good luck.
Okay, testing. Testing. Oh, I forgot to turn it on.
Testing.
Alabama, Arkansas, I do love my mutton pie, not the way that I do love you. Holy moly, me oh my, you're the apple of my eye. Boy, I never loved one like you. Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I scream into the nothingness. There ain't nothing that I need. Hot and heavy, pumpkin pie, chocolate candy. Oh my gosh, ain't nothing please me more than you. So home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, so what we get done, so what we smoke weed. We're just having fun. I don't care if you see. So what we go out, that's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free. So what we go out, so what we just done. We're just having fun. I don't care if you see. So what we go out, that's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free. I'll follow you into the park, through the jungle, through the yard. Boy, I never loved one like you. Moats and boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you. We laugh until we think we'll die, barefoot on a summer night. Boy, I never loved one like you. And in the streets we'll run it free like it's only you and me. Boy, you're something to see. So home, come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, so what we get done, so what we smoke weed. We're just having fun. I don't care if you see. So what we go out, that's how it's supposed to be. Young and wild and free. So what we get done, so what we smoke weed. We're just having fun. I don't care if you see. So what we go out, that's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free. So home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, home, let me come home. Home is wherever
Great job. Thank you so much. Should we give them another round of applause, please? That was amazing. That is one of my favourite songs, but I think it just got even better. I need a recording, please. One of the great things about my job actually is how humbling it is. Some of you probably know I like to sing and play guitar a little bit myself, but yeah, that's truly humbling. Great job, guys. And I thought of a name. I was thinking Maya Libby and the Electric Heroes? Maybe not. Next up, I'm delighted to be able to introduce a much coveted and highly prized honour, student-elected speakers. Usually we only have one student-elected speaker, but this year the voting was too close to call, hence we now have the benefit of having two speakers. With 16 years of ISL experience between them, they don't have quite the longevity of Mrs. Crush, but I know they have some stories to tell. So I'd like to invite Roy Nadu-Clark and Senan Costigan, our student-elected speakers.
What's that? Can you give me? Oh, it's on now. Damn.
Is mine on? Oh, yeah.
It's a little. Might be a little.
Do we
too-
stand like beside each other?
I don't know. Do they want to?
Do we stand?
I don't know if you want to hear me this well.
Two?
Back up.
Okay, yeah.
How's this we got? Oh, we can take them off.
No, let's keep them on.
Okay, yeah. We
I
stay
feel like
safe.
the art scene DJ, you know?
We got to stay safe. All right. I'm gonna start just by saying, just lower your expectations because the first two performances ahead of us were really good, and I'm not sure that we can top that because I was asked to write a speech and I wrote maybe like a paragraph.
In true IB tradition, we finished about like 20 minutes
yeah,
ago.
in fact,
So we were practicing in the bathrooms.
That's a lie.
Officially.
I'll read you what I wrote, and then he can go ahead and do what he wants.
Am I not going first?
No, I'm gonna go first. I know in the rehearsals I'll go. All right, so this is what I wrote. Bear with me. It says, "What's up, everybody? It's been a crazy few years, and a lot has been accomplished for most of you. When hearing the news that I'd be writing a speech with Senan, I got a little nervous because I thought he would make everything boring and then go on about a million things nobody cares about, and how it's crazy that somehow all of you got taller than him over the years. But I realized, probably after writing that Senan was the exact alkaline to my acid or something. Shout out Mr. Uren, by the way. I don't know if you're watching this. Oh, wait, no, he teaches physics, my bad. And that's yeah, you know what I mean. I love you, Steve, real, honestly. And that's about it. What else I got? Yeah, for real, I could go on about the hundreds of faces in this school and a particular art grade, but I'd run out of time and I'm only supposed to be here for 5 minutes. I think. I don't know. I don't remember. And so I leave you with this. My life's work in this school, an organized list of some... Okay, I'll get to that later. But I wanted to go and I wanted to start this by one sentence, and I wanted to say, I'm shocked. I really am shocked. And I know that you guys are probably very nervous about what I'm going to say, but don't worry. It's very PG.
I'll calm him down, don't worry.
I'm shocked about three things. The first thing is, I'm shocked that I graduated, honestly. Not many of you know this, but 2 years ago, I was like, it was more likely that I became like a professional golfer than I did actually graduate high school. And I was legitimately thinking that, but the dedicated learning support staff and all the teachers here really, help and not really put me back on track, because that kind of makes me sound like a
I think
freak.
you wanted to say a thank you to Miss Austin especially.
Oh, specifically Miss Austin, yeah.
Definitely.
Specifically Miss Austin. Let's give it up for her. And, the second thing that I'm shocked about is I'm not going to be able to see your guys' faces. I'm not going to lie. Some of you, your faces I could do without, but it's cool. Collectively, you guys are pretty cool. And it's going to be weird, going into a hallway and just seeing a whole other group of faces. And it's like, sure, I'll see, one or two of you every now and then, but it's not the same as seeing you all, like, at the end of the day. Kind of, you know how you get together before you go home and you do all that stuff. And the third thing I was surprised about is I was really shocked that somehow this entire school seems to be run exclusively by short English men. That really bothers me. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm not trying to be rude, But you know when you come in the morning and somebody asks you for your ID, and you're like, well, I don't understand why I need to give you my ID. Was this a club? And then you have this altercation with them, and then you're sitting there, it's like, what is this, a Smurfs? Why do I got to deal with these people? I got an exam in 20 minutes, and I'm going to be late, and this guy's making me late. I've been late thousands of times. Probably, most of the times it's been my fault. I'll be honest. But a few times it's been because of school, and that I don't like. That was the only thing I really wanted to bring up, and that's all I got to say. I got a list of some people that I really think have changed my experience at ISL. If you're not on this list, just know, you're boring.
He still loves you.
And I don't. Yes, I do still love you. That's what I meant to say. I gotta say, Mr. Fish, I can't leave without saying goodbye to you. You have been pivotal, the most pivotal part in my transformation into a, I guess, young man. I don't know. Because I'm an adult now, right? Jesus. Miss Austin, who we already gave a shout out to, but I can't not shout her out again. She's just incredibly amazing. If you guys haven't been taught by her, you need to get on that seriously. And she's ahead of the game too. She knows how to teach properly. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that people here don't know how to teach properly. That came out wrong. I know she knows how to teach in a way that teachers haven't understood yet, and is really individual to the student. All the learning support teachers, Aaron Brown, a really great test invigilator, one of my favorite, guys in the school. Ms. Schweifler, super cool, very nice. A little too much paperwork, you could do with less. But she's really nice. Mr. Okochi, one of my favorite teachers this whole time. He's always been by my back, always helped me out through terrible stuff, and always, for some reason, extended my late, you know what I'm talking about, what's it called? The late?
The link?
Yeah, the deadline, there we go. Yeah. The deadline, yeah. And now, just some people. Jason, my boy Jason, I love Jason. He's tall, but, he's kind of weird. Martin's cool. Senna's cool. He's one of my favorites. That's about it.
Okay.
I'll stop talking. I'll leave you alone.
Give it up for Roy! Do I leave that? Well, all I have to say is, I'm sorry, Mr. Okochi. This is not the PG version, but I'll do damage control, don't worry.
Let him know. Go ahead, chat. Let him know.
So, it's been a turbulent 2 years for all of us. More crying and drinking alone in our rooms than ever. And I haven't even begun talking about how the pandemic has affected our lives. Our lives for 2 years have been dictated by masks, arrows, and Boris Johnson, and the other one I was told I couldn't mention, getting just about everything wrong. So, and in a school where the phrase "stop touching each other" was said just too many times this year. But even at 2 meters apart, we've been able to be closer than ever. It had to take a whole pandemic for us to realize we actually loved our families. And it took about a week for that love to rapidly wear off. I mean, as soon as the toilet paper was gone, it was a whole different game, wasn't it? At times I could say for our grade, it was the same for our grade, at a glance fragmented and polar, but together, this amalgamation of religions, nations, and most of all, strong personalities has somehow created a family, however dysfunctional it may be. From the outspoken to the underspoken, the hedonists, the introverts, and the toy gun enthusiasts. We have it all. We're such a mix, such anomalies to the world and each other, that the powers at play, including the school, have thrown everything at us in an attempt to stop us. They brought out a pandemic. They put in curfews. They even had to bring a SWAT team with a helicopter. But they still couldn't stop our bull-like instincts, our ambitions, and our unrealistic lack of pessimism that got us here in the first place. And how could I not mention the very person that embodies these values the most, who even when not present at times, provided an inspiration for us all. Astros, I'm not going to say your last name because I'll probably butcher it, but Astros is a living example that man flu is actually a real problem. She has exhibited not only this grade's values, but she does it with a smile. And for that, she has been our mascot for a year now. And Astros is just one of the 106 individuals that makes, if not one of the most iconic grades to ever grace this hallway. I must admit, when it became apparent to me that I was going to be staying in this grade for the duration of my time at ISL, I was worried, to say the least. It was something probably along the fact that we've consecutively caused a yearly school-wide assembly, but I don't know. And it took about 12 years. In fact, it took until today, when I was writing the speech, for me to realize that this odd stigma, for lack of a better word, shrouding this grade should actually be celebrated, because it is the defining factor that sets us apart from the others. And this is why I said we were raging bulls, except more along the lines of scared squirrels or something like that. But we are the class of 2021, and in our reluctance to follow the paved path, we have created another. I think I can openly say that ISL has given up trying to guide us down the pre-paved path and have joined us in venturing and sometimes pushing us down the path that we are now making for ourselves. And you know what they say, feed Dylan 16 beers and he can take us down any path, so. Okay, I think that's our time now.
Hold on,
so.
wait, let me say something.
Okay.
Congratulations, everybody. Really, congratulations. And one thing.
But actually, we'd like to say
what do we want to say?
a massive thank you to the caretakers and the frontline workers around the world
who have been integral to our lives and our safety. And you're going to sing on this one.
Especially at ISL, where the maintenance team, the nurses, and the COVID task force have worked tirelessly to ensure the campus and is safe for our students and staff.
Yes. We won't be the only people leaving ISL. Let me say that again because you guys were clapping. We won't be the only people leaving ISL this year, however. Many teachers will be departing us, with us.
And probably because of us.
And probably because of us as well. So we have Mr. Ruth, Miss Crush, Miss Adams are retiring, and Mr. Chacos, Miss Austin. Miss Austin, damn. I didn't know she was retiring. Miss Chris, Miss Isbeck, and I don't know what that says. Oh, there's more.
No.
Is that it? Is that the same page?
Okay, Mr. Suvandi as well. They're all leaving us, and we wish them the best in retirement. And
Yes.
thank you for all your
Honestly,
service
yes.
at work.
Thank you for
your
having us
service
up
at
here.
ISL. Thank you so much, and thank
Thanks,
you
guys.
for listening to us.
Yes.
We'll leave now. Don't worry.
All right. Where do I go?
Thank you very much, Senan and Roy. I think you were very kind on us. Now comes the moment that we've all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas and awards. Could I please ask Mrs. Crush and the chair of the board, Mrs. Davey, to stand up and present the diplomas and other awards. Mr. Okochi, you good to go? Okay, now the front row we know have had a run through already. So we'll just get them in place. So remember, graduates, to just keep an eye on Mr. Keach in the corner. He will kind of instruct you as to when you need to stand up, when you need to move around, and get yourself in line. Okay. Do you want a box? You maybe stand on the chair.
Actually, I have a spare microphone, the red one. So if you wants a microphone, you can take that.
I think we're okay.
All right.
Okay, so just remember, graduates, on the way up, you're going to do a fist bump or an elbow bump with Mrs. Davey or Mrs. Crush, or both of them even. And then you walk across the front of the stage, you pick up your diploma and your awards. You can then take off your mask, smile at the camera. Cameraman, give us a wave. There he is. Oh, that one there. Okay. And then you can put your mask back on and take your seats. Okay, let us... Right, just before we get into them. Amongst the diplomas and awards are several certificates for the arts, sports, CAS, and academic subjects. Please note that these awards are very deliberately for contributions made to that subject or area. This may be in terms of achievement, but it may equally be because of growth in that area, or perhaps because of the contributions made in class discussions, or maybe even the way you supported others in their learning. They're decided by the relevant departments. We also, this year, you'll find in your packs a very special certificate because we know that you've had, I think, a particularly difficult 2 years, and that is a special ISL Resilience Award. And finally, you'll also hear me referring to a K-12 award, and that is for anybody who has had pretty much the whole education at ISL. Okay, so without further ado, first up, Sophia Avellino. Poor Sophia, not easy being the first one going through that. Charlotte Barbron. Chani Bartels. Melvin Brown. Do I get one too? Maria Budnitskaya. Maria also receives an award for IB Geography. Now, I should add that I forgot some of the awards already from the previous folk here. Sophia also received an award for German language and for IB biology. And Charlotte received an award for English literature, chemistry, maths, and contributions to band. Well done, Charlotte. Laura Berman. Laura also receives awards for IB Theatre and for outstanding contributions in theatre. Dante Cartoni. There we go. Diletta Sarasuolo. Well done. And Francesca Casalena. Okay, if we could get the second row lined up now. Mr. Keach. Okay. I know. Okay, so Ruben, you should be at the front. There you go. Okay, Ruben Koopmans. There you go. Senan Costigan. Senan also receives awards for economics and contributions to sport. Ethan Crawford. Well done, Ethan. Anastasi Dakol. Anastasi also receives a K-12 award. Linnea Dackner. Linnea also receives the K-12 award and an award for outstanding contributions in band. Aidan Dam. Aidan also receives an award for outstanding contributions in band. Lorenzo Giovanni. Well done, Lorenzo. Now, next up would be Alexandra Dupurc, but unfortunately he can't be with us today. So next up we have Sissy de Portales. And Sissy also receives a K-12 award. Charles Dawaha. And Charles. Okay, row 3. How are we doing there? It's a very tricky operation, this one, isn't it? Okay, so we should have Ethan at the front. Next up, we would have Ivan Deschenaux, but unfortunately, Ivan cannot be with us today. Okay. Ethan Douglas. Marta Duenas. Victoria Duseman. Victoria also receives an award for contributions to TOK. Julia Georgia. Julia also receives a CAS award, an award for IB History and IB Maths AI. Charles Elvinger. Well done, Charles. Iris Ehrman. Well done, Iris. Ben Fandel. Hey, Ben, congratulations. Definitely getting the hang of this now. Dylan Forsyth. Dylan also receives an award for contributions to sport. Well done. Looks like we've got a new technique going now, Mr. Keach. You see, Mr. Keach, there is modelling learning from your mistakes. Thank you, Mr. Keach. Are we good to go? We should have Ellen Fredrickson. And Ellen also receives an award for IB French ab initio. Pablo Garcia Lifanova. Well done, Pablo. Fernanda Garcia Moreno. Congratulations. Gabrielle Duran. Gabrielle also receives an award for IB History, Outstanding Contributions in Band, and the K-12 Award. Well done. Ines Glazner. Well done, Ines. Ines also receives awards for IB History and IB Theatre. Katerina Gunter. Well done. Nu Haji. Now, I actually remember Nu from years back in Singapore when he was in grade 1, grade 2, right? Yeah. Andrew Harvey. Andrew also receives an award for IB Business. Well done, Andrew. Amelia Heckel. Well done, Amelia. Okay. Urja Halima Windfeld. Well done, Urja. Timon Heaver. Timon also receives a K-12 award. David Horja. Congratulations, David. Anastasia Ivanushkina. Well done, Anastasia. Oh, sorry. Anastasia also receives an award for contributions to sport. Thank you for the reminder, Mr. Okotji. Ananya Jain. Ananya also receives awards for contributions to English A, Langlit, and German language. Lang Chi Jin. Thank you for the performance. Lang Chi also receives a CAS award, an award for contributions to IB Geography, Economics, and outstanding contributions in band. Ivan Kalashnik. Congratulations. Felix Quiche. Well done, Felix. Antoine Kios. Antoine also receives an award for contributions to IB Geography. Alexandra Kjelgaard. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Imogen Lauer. Congratulations, Imogen. David Lawyer. David also receives the K-12 award. Etienne Leroy. Etienne also receives an award for contributions to physics. Well done. Maya Libby. Maya also receives awards for contributions to choir, contributions to theatre, and the K-12 award. Juliet Libby. Congratulations, Juliet. Merlin Liedke. Merlin also receives awards for contributions to German language B and chemistry. Well done. And also contributions to band. Joanna Lippert. Joanna also receives an award for contributions to business. Well done. Matisse Leonette. Well done, Matisse. Sarah Mackle. Sarah also receives a CAS award, French Language A award, and contributions to biology. Congratulations. Federica Maestri. Well done, Federica. I think next year we need to get quieter water bottles. Okay. Ines Majulin. Hey, Ines. Ines also receives awards for contributions to visual arts, outstanding contributions in choir, and a CAS award. Arthur Malcarant. Well done, Arthur. Zoe Malpass. Zoe receives an award for contributions to sport. Well done. Dinara Mambet Shaver. Dinara also receives awards for CAS and outstanding contributions in band. Well done. Louis Matt. Well done, Louis.
Thank you.
Spencer Macaulay. Well done, Spencer. Ooh. Sarah Metzler. Sarah also receives a K-12 award. Well done, Sarah. Roy Nadeau-Clark. Well done, Roy. Congratulations. Ines Naylan. Well done, Ines. Louise Neugebauer. Well done, Louise. Isla Noaro. And Isla receives an award for contributions to IB Film. Well done. Abigail O'Driscoll. Well done, Abigail. Thank you. Lucia Owens Fernandez. Lucia also receives an award for contributions to IB Film. Well, oh, that one. Well done. Jesus Pastor Gazdelu. Well done, Jesus. Antoine Peyra. Antoine also receives an award for contributions to IB Business. Well done. Paul Perichon. Well done, Paul. Francesco Piccedi. Well done, Francesco. Gabrielle Pichonnier. Well done, Gabrielle. Caterina Pilleri. Well done. Caterina also receives awards for contributions to French Language B and IB Sports Science. Olivia Presbyslawska. Olivia also receives a K-12 award. Well done, Olivia. Oh, that one. Marie Ramon. Congratulations, Marie. Christian Rautenberg. Congratulations, Christian. Louis Reuter. Well done, Louis. Estelle Rollinger. Estelle also receives awards for CAS and contributions to IB biology. Well done. Lucas Salhani. Well done, Lucas. Meg Salou. Meg also receives a K-12 award. Well done, Meg. Now, Matthew Sama, unfortunately, can't be with us today. Oh, he is here. Ah. I'm sorry. There you go. Luca Schmidt. Luca also receives a K-12 award. Aidan Schneider. Oh, that one. Martin Skorsin. Martin also receives an award for contributions to theatre. Well done, Martin. Dana Spack. Dana also receives an award for contributions to English Language B. Well done. Milan Singh. Well done, Milan. Noam Solnick. Well done, Noam. Noam also receives an award for contributions to French Language B and IB History. Astros Torsendottir. That's a big cheer. Astros also receives a K-12 award. Paula van der Paved Bartolome. Paula also receives a CAS award, an award for contributions to Maths AA and outstanding contributions in band. Lola van Laarhoven. And Lola also receives an award for contributions to visual arts. Thank you. Jason Feldman. Well done, Jason. Grace Vigil Shook. Congratulations, Grace. Esme Vroclage. Well done, Esme. Esme also receives awards for contributions to economics and a K-12 award. Holly Wagner. Holly also receives an award for IB Sports Science. Holly, just wait here a moment. And Holly also receives the ECIS award. The ECIS award is for a student who is a good representative of their own country, with a positive attitude towards the life and culture of others, able to communicate in at least 2 languages, a contributing force in the life of the school, with the ability to bring differing people together into a sense of community. Thus fostering the cause of international understanding. The award is voted for by your teachers. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. Well done, Holly. Okay, I think we're the last row, right? Helena Wagner. Well done, Helena. Andrew Watkins. Congratulations, Andrew. Lucas Weber. Lucas also receives a K-12 award. Well done, Lucas. Yige Wei. Yige also receives an award for IB Physics. Hugo Winfield. Hugo also receives a K-12 award. Well done, Hugo. Pol Wolvert. Well done, Paul. Jorn Schwartz. Well done. Okay, should we give them a final round of applause? Well done, graduates. We're nearly there. Just time for a few closing remarks. This time last year, we didn't even know if there was going to be any kind of graduation. With the pandemic raging, the school operating in shifts, and pretty much everything cancelled, Europe, at least, felt like quite a dark place. When we were at last given the green light to have a school-based ceremony, much like this one, we were thrilled. It shouldn't have been such a big thing for us. After all we were hoping for was a chance to recognise our graduating class in the school auditorium. Shouldn't that have been easy? Nothing to get too excited about, but it really was. The way we've been living our lives in the last 18 months have made these little victories seem so much more important. Permission to indulge in even the smallest, the mildest social pleasures has felt quite exhilarating. 2 years ago, who would have thought we would get all fired up about being able to have a beer outside in the cold, in the rain, on a restaurant terrace before 6 p.m? Back in April, on the day the terraces opened, the ones in my village were overwhelmed with folk, wrapped up in duffel coats, hats, scarves and gloves, quaffing a much-anticipated beer or cremant, shivering but looking really quite delighted with themselves. Why do I refer to this? Well, because today I want to talk to you about the power of context. The things that matter, the things that make us happy, and the things that make us sad do so because of the context in which they occur. My favourite quote from Margaret Atwood is, "Context is all." It's from The Handmaid's Tale, and it's a great quote. Firstly, because it's short, so I can remember it and get it right. But secondly, because it has a very simple point, and it's one that's always been completely compelling for me. Right now, it feels like the pandemic is the context. Everything we see and read about is within the context of the COVID pandemic. Our news feeds and conversations are filled with what seems like a compulsory caveat, given the current circumstances or in the current climate. Travel plans are undermined by it. Our graduation has frustratingly been altered just about every day of the last month by it. Its repercussions affect my job every single day and every day of your recent school life. Right now, it feels like it touches every part of our lives. But let us not forget, in the midst of that, how incredibly lucky we in Luxembourg have been. Society would have you believe that, as we get older, we accrue wisdom. But I don't believe this is true. I don't think I've become wiser over the years. Life speeds up as you get older, and you certainly gain experience, but I'm not convinced that I'm wiser. What I am better at, though, is putting things into context. You are young, and time still passes slowly for you. So many things are still new for you, and you have so many firsts still to experience. First job, first love, first professional setback, first parking fine. Keep doing firsts. They make your life seem much longer, but that's another story. As such, the pandemic could very much feel like a defining point in your lives right now. But in time, it will become contextualized and diminished. Your memories of now will be made up of people, relationships, and milestones, not masks and Gojo. Noam Chomsky, someone that all of us probably recognizes as a pretty wise man, recently stated that the COVID pandemic is a terrible tragedy which the world will emerge from traumatized and, for most people, poorer. However, he also claims that the pandemic is only the fourth most important global issue today, lagging behind three more sinister hazards: the regrowing nuclear threat, the peril that democracy is in, and of course, the massive issue of climate change. Remember how you all took the afternoon off school to march for global futures on the back of Greta Thunberg's protests? Seems like a distant memory in the current climate. What Chomsky does, whether you agree with his evaluation or not, is he puts the pandemic into context. Chomsky's 92 years old. He has a lot of context into which he can place it. He acknowledges that while it's important now, very likely in 30 years' time, when you are my age, it may even be just a footnote in history. If that's hard to believe, think about this. When people in the West are asked about the most significant events of the 20th century, they generally name the two world wars, the Great Depression, or maybe the Cold War. The Spanish flu, which infected a third of the world's population and killed an estimated 50 million people over the course of 2 years, is usually overlooked. How can this be? Simple. It's context. It began in 1918, at the tail end of the First World War, the Great War, the war to end all wars. It was its context that consigned Spanish flu to the backgrounds of history, despite its very real short and long-term impact. You have, of course, been affected by the pandemic in ways that we are not even sure about yet. You have adapted to working virtually. You have navigated relationships online and learnt the new masked and distanced social cues. Let's be frank, it's been a pretty crappy 18 months for you all. It feels very unfair, and I really feel for you. I know full well that I would have felt very hard done by had I been in your shoes. But what I want to tell you is this, is that in time, these challenges will become a footnote in your own lives. I'm not trying to dismiss the frustrations you've had to face, but I want to make it clear that your lives and futures will not be defined by the pandemic, in the same way as they will not be defined by your report cards or your exam results. Your lives will be big and they will be surprising. Some will be remarkable in ways we cannot begin to predict. All of you will be filled with experiences. You will gather a lot of context. Your last 2 years of school will be just that, your last 2 years of school. You'll have some very fond memories and maybe some sad memories too, but you will move on to bigger and greater things. This is the second time I've had to address graduates who have been seriously affected by what the media are annoyingly beginning to term Generation Pandemic. But to me, you are not Generation Pandemic. You are a group of amazing individuals who have shown that the most incredible resilience, tenacity, and grit, hence the certificates earlier. You have battled through, coped with the new normals, and taken yourselves successfully through school. I am proud of you, and you should be very proud of yourselves and each other. As for the pandemic, if nothing else, in a world where we may feel like we have not so much in common with our fellow humans, we do now have this. Perhaps the outcome will help us to be more empathetic and a compassionate society, having all suffered and struggled in our own ways with this experience. I hope so. Well done, graduates, and remember, keep it in context. So, you made it, and it's nearly time to celebrate. Graduates, I would like you now, please, to stand. You can put your caps on, if you've taken them off. And if you haven't done so already, you can move the tassels to the left side to show that you have officially received this prestigious honor. If you could now turn around, please, and face the camera at the back so that everybody on the live stream can see you. Ladies and gentlemen, Parents, family and friends, I present to you the graduating class of 2021. Congratulations to each and all of you on this fine achievement. You may now throw your caps. You can now retrieve your caps and go back to your seats, please. If you could just take your seats now again, please. We have a few final remarks. Thank you. Just before I finish, I would like to thank the following folk who have made today such a wonderful occasion. First of all, Miss Mintz for her wonderful musical talents that you heard as you entered this morning. The maintenance team and the communications team who have worked tirelessly on our behalf to help bring this event together. Mrs. Francine Phillips, who's in the office next to mine and I know is an incredible assistance to you guys on many occasions. She does so much behind the work organisation leading up today. Really, what she does without any fuss is incredible. Mr. Steve Zimes, he's at the back there, for all his support in coordinating photographers, filming and live streaming and so much more. Thank you, Steve. Michael Schomer for the lights and sound today. Our director, Mrs. Crush, and our chair of the board, Mrs. Davey. Thank you very much for your help today. And finally, our hosts, the lower school. What a privilege to be able to use this wonderful venue. Thank you, Kieran.